Good morning, everybody. It's Labor Day 2023. So, what I'm decided to go live at 8:30, unusually early. Just so that we get a little bit more time to chat, because I know that probably people are heading out to do different things today. So, best to just get it down, you know? What the hell? This computer is just screwed. We just lost the YouTube connection. Let me get back here again. Okay, so we're back here where we're supposed to be. Hey, Ed. Well, let's hope the rest of the day goes better than that startup. Sorry about that. Ed Hasicus first. But then again, Ed, I can tell that you were waiting for me to come live because I went live early, right? Yep, it's Labor Day 2023. So what's everybody's plans? Anybody have any plans? I'm tracking a couple of ships that I've been kind of keeping an eye on. As you can see right there, there's one of the ships upbound right now, the G3 Marquis. And the camera is on auto pan. There's no operator. Another screw up. But you know, they run it like a tight knit little club. So I'm sure they could get other operators to stand by and do this, but no. So, Neil, good morning. Yeah, it's 8:38 here, Eastern time. And I'll show you what's going on the lakes here. Okay, on Labor Day, it looks like quite a bit of ship activity down here. The Got's down here, Welland. Zooming into where we are right now, it's showing the God, I'll get this big computer. It's showing right now. Come on. Federal Franklin is just entering the southern end of Lake Huron. This is the G3 Marquis. And this is the Mesabi Minor. The Mesabi Minor is a 1,000-footer. It's Interlake Steamship Company, but it's pretty nice looking. And it's upbound. But it's about 25 minutes to the Black River and about 20 minutes up to buoys 1 and 2. Out in the lake itself, you've got 2 upbounds. You got a downbound. And that's about it. Most of the activity's been already through or coming up and through. Because there's nothing upbound down here all the way. TJ. Dustin's here. Hey, Dustin, how's it going? TJ, you got to work today or you got the day off? I'd like to be able to go down and get the Mesabi Minor, but unless I get a couple of people on the panel with me, I'm not going to be able to do that. And since my regular co-hosts don't know I went early, Justin doesn't have a cell phone that I can call. And Paul Hodges, of course, is with his new honey over there and at his trailer. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Finally, it looks like I could be wrong, but I think we have an operator, a camera operator on this camera. Or it's just an auto pan. If it continues to pan off screen, then there is no camera operator. What's everybody's plans for Labor Day? Anybody got any big outdoor barbecues going or events or family events? You know, this is kind of like the last big family event before you get into Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and Easter, which is about 6 months away. Yeah, it's just on auto pan. So we've got a few people watching. TJ, you might be on your phone. I don't know whether he's working or getting ready to go to work, but that's okay. The as you can see, it's heading out into the lake. There's a zoom on that camera that if they had an operator, they could zoom in and give you a close-up look of it. But all it is on auto pan. It just happens to be following the ship, the G3 Marquis, going up into the lake. Here comes Mr. Hodges.
Hey, well, you went on early.
Yeah, because I wanted to get it up and started because, and I was hoping you were going to show up and maybe Dominic or somebody else, because the Mesabi Minor is just between Marysville and Fort Huron now, and I'd like to catch it upbound.
Oh,
Other
okay.
than that, there isn't any ships downbound all the way up and all the way down past Detroit. So,
Oh, oh. No, I just sitting there, I was just watching Russ from 51 Drones talking about remote ID and all that crap, right? So,
well, everybody seems to be focused on that, but it either is or isn't going to happen. And when it does, we'll have to figure out how to deal with it, you know?
yeah. Holy
Yeah.
crap, a lot of people in the chat. Edward was there already this morning. Neil, wow, hey, Neil.
TJ already checked in, but I don't know if he's working or not.
Hey, TJ and Dustin. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, good morning, Edward.
Yep.
I figure about 1:45 to 10 to 9, safe bet to come back, start looking for Paul. But it was funny. I went to go search something and it says Paul Murray live 9 minutes ago. What?
Yeah. Yeah, I started at about 11:30 and
8:30. Yeah.
8:30.
Hey, Russell.
Because I wanted to hopefully get somebody on here on the panel that I could shoot out for 20 minutes, 30 minutes and come back, you know?
Oh, now I've been up since about, I don't know, 7:30. The dogs had to go out, so they were fussing a bit. So
How's Sheila doing today?
I'm doing good, thanks.
she's sitting right there. So
I think she's enjoying her coffee.
Yes, I am.
You know, you know, she's got Tim Hortons. I got a regular cup of coffee.
That's because
Oh,
yours already, liar.
I already drank mine already. This is my second cup of coffee.
Trevor, how you doing, Trevor? Russell Glarum? Is AZ dead? Russell wants to know because he wasn't first. No,
yeah, AG did.
I'm sure everybody is dealing with the fact that this is a kind of a free morning for a lot of people because it's Labor Day.
Yeah,
So a lot of people don't have to report to work or get up early or whatever.
and we had to fend for ourselves today because Diane, she'd gone already.
Oh, Diane left already?
Yep. Yeah, she had to go to Tilsonburg today. Got some kind of meeting or something in Tilsonburg. So.
Grass does not grow under her foot at all.
Oh no. Well, I gotta admit, she was home most of the weekend, so.
Yeah, between your sister and Sheila, they were cooking up a storm there for a while, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't tell you. I don't think I got a chance yesterday. We had the rest of my family showed up here yesterday. Rick came, and Diane. Rick and Karen, Bob and Suzanne came. So the first time our family's been all one spot in a long time.
How's Rick feeling?
Yeah, they had to leave because Rick wasn't feeling that well. So he still had a problem with kidney stones, right?
Yeah,
He was in the hospital for a couple of days there last week, eh?
no kidding.
Yeah, he's having a pretty tough time with it.
Is there anything medical they can do about kidney stones or no?
I don't know.
Because I seem to recall, and I could be wrong, that they lasered kidney stones.
Yeah, if they're really big, they can laser them or something. Yeah. But he had them quite a while back, and then seemed to be okay for a while, and
And back they come, huh?
now back to come again. So I don't know. It could be in a diet, could be in a lot of things, right? So
Yeah.
well, the kids will be back to school soon here. It won't be tomorrow, but Wednesday morning they go back.
I don't know what day they go back. Used to be when I was a kid, we went back the day after Labor Day, but
Well, see,
not sure.
if your school board here tomorrow is PA day. I don't know why they need a PA Day right after the freaking
Well,
Labor
see,
Day.
a lot of the staff and everything at the school, like behind me, were there like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like you say, why do you need a PA day if,
Well, I think over by you, Lambton County, which is, I think Sarnia's in Lambton County. I'm not
Yep.
sure. But anyways, I heard they go back to school tomorrow.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's exactly what time, when we used to always the day after
Yeah.
Labor Day. There was a couple of years there in between though, when they went back the week before Labor Day. So you had a good family reunion then.
yeah, it was kind of nice. I think we all sitting around the campfire there yesterday afternoon for a while, and yeah, it was nice to see everybody.
Yeah, and your sister was able to participate too.
Yeah, like all four of us kids are all together in the same place. That don't happen very often.
No,
Should, but it doesn't. Years ago they, Christmas and different things like Thanksgiving, we used to always get together and stuff. But,
yeah, it should be really busy with people down along the water here today, but it's early enough that a lot of people aren't there yet.
Justin must have went on again last night because they said 13 hours ago.
Yeah, he and the gang were on. And the sad part of it is I know a lot of people would like to go on with Justin and them.
Yeah.
But the foul mouth language they use continually gets a little obnoxious.
I can't be online that much. This is plenty. Just being here. I don't want to be live stream to another one.
I appreciate you sticking by me.
Oh yeah, no, I don't mind. Sometimes you can't stick around as long as I like to, but like tomorrow, I'm already busy. I got to go to Tillsonburg tomorrow, and Wednesday I got to go to Rodney. I went down to Port Burrell yesterday morning, picked up that sign, so it's in the back of my truck right now. So no, you stay right there. Went over.
How do you leave the extra posts and stuff in the back of your truck, or do you take them out?
Well, yeah, a couple of weeks ago I picked one up Fort Burrell, but I left the post here. But and I need that one and the one I got, so I got to figure out how to do it and get the dogs into the back of the truck and everything. But see, I can turn the post around and slide them in the other way and still put stuff in there, and they still get the cage in, right? So I just got to rearrange it all because I want the posts at home because I really need them right now. But see, Wednesday I got to put 2 up, and I got 1 to put up in Tillsonburg tomorrow. So I'm getting lower on posts, right?
So you're gonna have to make some more posts?
No, I just got some I'm gonna have to clean up, put some more paint on them, to make them look pretty again.
So you didn't put the plastic sleeve over top of the posts?
Oh shit, that's too expensive. Way too expensive. It's a little 4-foot one. It was like $60 just for a piece of plastic. I went, nope, not happening. But
That is a bit pricey.
Well, to get the plastic post, like the vinyl post itself, the complete post with the special stake, $180 a piece.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, I ain't doing it. Be charging a lot more than what I'm charging if I was using those posts. Like I do have some, but I didn't pay for them. An agent paid for them because that's what they wanted to use. they still pay me to go put them up and everything, but
If you were to buy in bulk and make your own, could you turn them out and make a profit on them?
what, the plastic ones?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna buy them. Real estate agents are too cheap. They don't want to spend any more. Hey, Chuck. See, Chuck's back in the good old US of A, I guess.
Chuck is back, yeah. Captain
And-
Joe, good morning.
And AZ finally come in.
Chris
There you go,
Kedman,
Russell. You beat AZ in this morning.
Trevor's here.
Yeah.
We got some people here this morning. I hope everybody's going to have a fantastic Labor Day 2023.
I don't know about you, but well, it's funny. I've been reading some articles there. But one of them was in the US. They talk about the mask mandates and all that.
Yeah,
They're saying that the masks aren't effective at preventing COVID or anything like that, right? And
right.
here in Canada, they say the new variant that's out right now is not as contagious or as bad as what the other ones were. So they're still all of a sudden putting a lot of experiments out there right now, but they're saying this new variant is not all the hype that everybody says it is. Oh, you got to lock everything up and all that. They say it's not that contagious, this new one. So that's good news for a change.
Yeah,
And for the government or the media to release that, I'd be surprised. Because they seem to want to be able to control everybody.
well, and I think a lot of it, the hype is is paid for behind the scenes by the pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah.
Because that's like them doing advertising, it's like, ooh, yeah, all you need to do is get everybody afraid and we'll make a lot of money.
Because Action Chuck there says last week was a blur for him over in Iceland.
Well, that's good, Chuck. That'll give you some
More
things
footage.
to edit, right?
Yeah. Where you been?
Chuck will be editing.
Yep, Joe said he's leaving in about an hour to sit at a football game practice. He's finally handing out the team pictures. He's got to fly his Mavic 3 while he's waiting. Cool.
Oh, there's Gracie sniffing.
Oh, she looks for food. She's always typical beagle thing. I'm starving to death.
Well, yeah, I remember the theory was if you let a beagle eat all it wanted to eat, it would just roll around on the floor.
Yeah, and throw up half of it again, probably. And now she's back down on the pillow again. The couch.
Oh, yeah.
Relax. Yeah. Oh, she gets restless.
She feels so neglected.
Yeah, that's a neglected dog, yeah. She's lucky she don't live out in a dog kennel someplace. She never sees the inside of a house.
She like to chase the squirrels and everything.
Oh yeah, we got chipmunks around here too. She sees once in a while. But the thing is, I've been with guys that got beagles. They don't step 1 foot in the house. They stay out in their own dog cage and run. Only time they come out is go hunting, Yeah, my dog is so hard done by.
Well, I hate to leave you just by yourself. If we get somebody else on the panel.
Yeah, I don't know. We got anybody else in there to come in, but
Well, Chuck's been on before. What are you doing, Chuck? Come on the panel for a little bit. Give me a break to go catch a ship.
hey, her teeth would drag on the floor. She was so fat. Oh, she was. It was funny. I was at a vet's office there. I don't know. I guess it had to be a year ago for the needles. And That says, oh, it wouldn't hurt for the dog to lose a couple pounds. I always wanted to say, wow, it wouldn't hurt for you to lose a couple pounds either, but I kept my mouth shut. She used to be fairly thin, and she started packing the weight on herself. But I was a boy. I was a nice boy.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Mad Props has now been smurfed. Yep.
Yeah, Chuck said he can't come on right now, so.
Oh, he's eating breakfast. I got it.
Yeah, probably about another 3 hours. Head for home. Pack up. What ship is coming, Paul?
The Masabi Minor, 1,000-footer.
Oh, yeah, the 1,000 footers, yeah.
And it's a nice looking one because it's Interlake Steamship Company and they take care of their ships, you know.
Yeah. Hey, Garth, good morning.
Hey, Garth. Yeah, I know, Garth. I want to go catch it, but I don't have another person on the panel with Paul, and I don't want to leave him here by himself because that's no fun.
Well, you can go, Paul. A lot of people don't wait for you to come on until 9 o'clock, so.
Well, it's 9 o'clock.
So just coming up 9 o'clock, people will start looking for you now. You know, they usually come online.
Hey, Garth. Come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, come on, guys. Somebody jump online with me. Let Paul
Somebody
go.
jump on the panel with Paul. You got two choices when you come on. You just click that link up there, and then you can either come on with your voice or come on with the camera. You don't want to
Chuck
use
said he'll be there in about 10 minutes.
Who said?
Chuck.
Chuck said, okay.
I'll give him about 10 minutes. Come on.
Well, what do you think? What do you think,
Yeah,
Paul?
go, Paul. Go on. It ain't the first time we had dead airspace on here. Well, hopefully everybody's enjoying the Labor Day weekend anyways. Nice here, an extra day at the trailer, but a short work week, I guess. But I know one thing, I got to do some stuff later on today. I got to, the end of the month has gone by. I got to sit down, do all my invoicing and pay some bills, I guess. It's a nice day. And that ship coming up, of course, it's going to be 1,000 footers. So
Yeah, it's going to be pretty. The sad part of it is, Paul, is they don't have a friggin' camera operator on there for it.
Yeah, well, they might once the ship comes up, Paul. You taking Mia?
Yeah. Oh, I can't leave without her.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
He would be howling and scowling and.
Yeah, you're right there, Trevor. It's going to be the other Paul show now instead of Paul Murray. And it's my show. Hey. And he didn't even give me authority for anything. God, I can't even discipline anybody. Didn't make me a co-host. Oh. That's okay. Paul will be back. You only be gone maybe 20 minutes, so. Well, that there Mad Props, that's Screen Time Live. It's playing live on TV screen behind him. But if you go to Port Huron live stream, like it's Screen Time Live, Port Huron, you can get the same camera. Actually, there's about 5 or 6 different cameras you can go to. This one is, of course, Port Huron, but you can go to Chicago Airport. There's a lockdown in Mississippi, the locks up at the Sault Ste. Marie. I believe there's one in Boston, if I'm right, or New York, anyways, on the waterfront down there. And one in Alaska too, at the airport in Alaska, seaplane base. But you can see the big jets going in out of Alaska too. So, but it's called Screen Time Live. So, And if you look right down, right in the middle of his TV screen right now, there's a parking spot where that guy's jogging around there, right there. That's Paul's parking spot for when he goes down to fly the ships. I think the ship is coming by looks of it now. Maybe if I go, I can pull it up here myself. Google Chrome, Sometime Live. Yeah, pull up here for Huron. Okay. Oh, don't want to load. There we go. We're gonna go here.
Ah,
Yeah, you can go and view it there. If you go to where's screen share right there and optimize. So if you go right here, this is the website for Huron, Michigan, USA, Stream Time Live. Okay, so that's the website right there. But if I go back a little bit, you can see all the different cameras: Sulak, Sault Ste. Marie, Marine City, Mississippi, Midway Airport, Chicago, New York Harborfront, Algonac, Michigan. There's Alaska, and Port of Baltimore. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ones you can go to, but all you do is just click on them and okay, here, and I can make it full screen here, but anyways, it's on automatic right now. But sometimes when I have people ship or something coming up through, they'll take the camera over live and they'll follow the ship, right? So, but anyway, so we'll see if this ball is going down. It's swinging over there a bit. There's a ship coming, so yeah, we'll see if we can find it or not there. But it's swinging over to the left. You should be able to see the ship coming, I think. But Paul's only like 5 minutes from the from to make it to here from his house, so you don't take him long to run down there. But that's the old boat there, dry docked for a museum piece, I think it is. So sometimes you get a Coast Guard boat docked right in this area here. I think the Huron, no, not Huron Pride. I think that's the Huron Pride one, that one there. But anyways, yeah, it should be coming around here shortly here. Should be able to get coming up there in a minute to the swing down the river. A lot of that stuff in the background, those big tall towers, that's all over in Sarnia, Ontario. That's all the you know, chemical plants, like, you know, gasoline and stuff like that, and make different chemicals. But Vader. The dog sitting there barking at him. That's enough. But anyways, should be able on the far left-hand side see the ship coming around. I think here, coming up right shortly. Yeah, we'll bring it around here. A little bit of a wind. You can see the smoke going up far to the left. So some other boats on the water. I don't know if that ship's coming down or going up. That's downstream right there. If they come around the corner, they'd be coming upstream, but sometimes they swing way out here, but yeah. Nope, not there yet. I think Paul jumping the gun a little bit. Oh, here comes the ship right now, right around the corner. There he is, coming around that building. Yep. Yeah. Oh, camera's on automatic. Oh, Paul's not quite there yet. Because he'll park right here. Right by where that car's coming up. Or that first parking spot. Paul will always stop there. Maybe we can see him pull up there in a minute. If the camera don't move too far. But it's on automatic right now, so. Sometimes you can see Paul flying around the ship here if they're doing the camera work good enough. So, oh, there's Paul right there, pulling in. There's Paul's truck. Yep, he's just pulling in. He's waiting to turn in. And there he goes. So you go into that first parking spot if you can see it. Yep. And there's Pollywog right there. He's there. Anyways, so Paul's there. And his screen is a little bit behind on mine. He's a few seconds, about 30 seconds behind my screen right now. But minimize this for a minute. Over here. Okay. Yeah, Port Huron, Michigan. Yeah, right there in Sarnia, Ontario. It's if you look there right now, you'll see the bridge. And that's let me see if it's on Paul's yet. Yeah, if you look there on the left there, Paul's screen, that's the bridge between Canada and US, between Sarnia and Port Huron. That's the bridge right now. So see the ship way off in the distance there. Well, I can on my screen here. Yeah. Let me keep it bringing it back. Okay, let me go large. Oh, here. Okay, so now they're zooming in on the ship. Somebody's taking control of the camera to get the ship coming up. So I'll just quickly show you here. They're just zooming in now to catch that ship. Somebody, a lot of times they just leave it on automatic and it pans around for a while. But usually when a big ship comes up, they somebody will take control of the camera and they'll zoom in and follow the ship coming up. So it yeah. Look like a bit of a breeze out there. You see the smoke coming off the stack there, not going very high. It's going out to the left. So the wind's got to be out of the west. Kind of northwest, I think it is right now. But anyway, so but we'll show it a little bit closer when Paul gets closer there. They maybe we can spot his drone flying around that ship. Oh, I gotta go let the dog out. Right, guys, right back. I mean, that's in there. I want to go. Well, I guess you get dogs out now. Vader, get back here. I've been taking that wood out of that corner. Now there's a path through there. And I'm gonna have to block it up. I got some extra fencing right there. I'm like, you put up there, I'll block it. Come back some of those bushes. Hey Chuck, what you doing?
Oh, you caught me.
Yeah, I just talking to Sheila here, but I got my dogs outside for a minute. There's no fence right down here at the trailer, so I got to keep an eye on them. So
All I see is your hands.
yeah, just
You're like
me and
that
my
dude.
Yeah.
You're like that dude on who's the one YouTuber that shows videos all the time? All you see are his hands. He finally went like full on. He's like vlogging and stuff now. So I don't watch him anymore. But who's that guy?
It was funny. We used to have one guy, Dave. He used to look at a smoke detector on the ceiling all the time.
Oh,
Actually, I haven't heard from him in a long time. I don't know if Paul has heard anything or not. He was on there, but his health wasn't the greatest either, right? So, but yeah, Paul wanted to go fly that ship because there's nothing else going to be happening today in the water, apparently, because there's nothing coming up or down.
oh, really? Slow day because of Labor Day?
I guess slow day for a ship anyways today. So
Yeah, I transfer all my files. I've been transferring files. That's what I'm doing.
and being Labor Day, they probably can't get unloaded, so all the ships are probably going. Got to wait to get unloaded.
Oh,
They're in
probably.
different ports, right? So
Hot,
maybe.
Yeah. Ooh, that card got hot.
Opinion. He's not as like a pain basically.
Here.
Think you're looking for a place. You haven't had anything yet. Like, don't. Yeah,
Both talking to
Yeah,
ourselves.
you-
Don't mind me. Both talking to ourselves.
yeah. So did you enjoy your trip okay there?
Oh, it's great. We it went so fast though. There was just running around
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah, that's a problem, right?
Oh, we were running.
Just becomes a blur.
Well, we were seriously running around constantly. There was always stuff to do and not enough time to do it in. And then my Mavic 3, I went and took off from the Black Sand Beach. That was fine. Hand launched, hand caught. And then I had to set it down to get to the RC Pro. And when I did that, it slipped off my backpack and into the black sand it goes. Now I have a motor that won't turn. So
Oh crap.
then I thought I got all the sand out of it back at the house that we were renting, and it was spinning freely, but I didn't really trust it. So I put it back into its little bag, carried it around today, came back, and it was gritty again. So there's clearly sand still stuck in the motor housing somewhere.
It's
that
gotta
I-
be someplace.
So I went, there's a DJI store in Reykjavik. And
Oh,
I was like, ooh, a DJI store. I've never been in one of these. Well, not in a really long time. And like,
Yeah.
so Lori's like, you probably want to go in. Don't buy anything, she says. So I'm like, okay, let's see if I can go into a DJI store and not buy anything. This ought to be interesting.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
So like we walk in, and the dude working there behind the counter, I was telling him about all the DJI gear I had, and including the Mavic 3 and how I had kind of wonked up my Mavic 3 this week. And then he's like, oh, he says, that's you can take care of that. You don't need to send that back. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, just get some compressed air, turn it upside down. And
Yeah.
he said, you'll get it all out of there. Because I told him what it was doing. He's like, yeah, you just got to hold it upside down, blow it out. It'll all come out. You should have seen on their big TV screen in there, the manager of the DJI store in Iceland in Reykjavik. He flies regularly in Iceland, and his footage is effing phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. And it's not just because it's the location is phenomenal, because it is, but this guy knows where to go. He flies and films in a manner that it is Hollywood, man. Hollywood. And I was just like, I'm watching this stuff on screen, like, and I'm talking to this guy, I'm like, oh, that's a good shot. Oh, that's a good shot. Oh my God, that's a really good shot.
What's he
It's like
fly?
just watching every shot is like gold. I'm like, oh my God. I said, I need to come back and like hang out with this guy. He's got to show me where these spots are. Cause like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So,
well, what's he flying?
you won't believe it.
What?
Not a Mavic,
No?
not an Air. I think it's in your name.
Uh.
Let's find a Phantom.
No kidding.
No
Yeah.
kidding. So this is proof. It's 100% proof that it is not the drone. Well, I mean, it's the drone, right? The Phantom 4 Advanced or whatever I think that he was flying is a serious drone. But
Yeah.
like, so you don't have to have the newest drone. You don't have to have
Nope.
whatever the sexiest, latest thing DJI is throwing out there. You just need to have a really good drone. Doesn't have to be the newest, and fly the shit out of it and fly it well and work on your skills. And then you can get gold. And that's the point. I mean, this guy, dude, I wish I could have got a copy of some of that stuff. It was just amazing.
Cool.
And then the other
I've
thing
got-
I learned. What?
And I've still got 2 Phantom 4 Pros, so
Yeah. Then okay, sure, whatever you say, Captain America. So like the other thing, what was I gonna say was, so I was asking him about flying where there were no drone zone signs here and there, and he said, yeah. He says, you said you had a Mini 3 Pro you've been flying since you kind of wonked up your Mavic 3, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you can fly that thing around. They just don't understand the laws here always. You have to explain them to them because they think like if you're sub 250 in the EU, like Iceland is, you can fly that thing. The problem with flying a Mavic or a Mini 3 Pro is the damn wind.
Yeah.
So it's like I was flying at one spot and Paul, the thing's going like this. It's just
trying to hold itself, right?
Oh my God. And even it was moving so much that even in the gimbal, in the camera view, the picture's going like, because
Oh, was it?
it
Oh,
was
shit.
like dude, it was trying to fly sideways. It was like, this is crazy. But it put up a good damn fight. So it was tough pulling off shots with that thing. And the Mavic 3 made it so much easier when I did before I had screwed it up. But
Is it kind of a wind swept area there?
yeah, it's really windy. You get down along the coast, which of course we're all, a lot of good shots are down along the coast. It's really windy. So unless you have a drone with a lot of power that can cut through that stuff, like Mavic 3 can, and I'm sure your Phantom can, then you're in trouble. Like a mini can't do it. There were some shots I wanted to get with the mini that I just couldn't do it.
No, can't do it, right?
No, I mean I would have lost her. She would have been gone. And then you got to stay away from the seagull pop or the gull pop list there because they are freaking everywhere and they are pissy, miserable, and you're right in their nesting areas sometimes, and they don't like that at all. Oh, there he is.
So did you see Paul down there at the bottom of the screen there?
Yeah.
Sitting on the stool in front of the truck, right? He sits there and flies on that spot.
Oh,
right
I see him. I see him down there. We're almost right next to that light pole.
Yep.
His hatch is open on his truck, right?
Yep. That's Paul.
Okay, so where's his drone? Oh, he's got a bird.
Yeah, they're not zoomed in, but they're.
Oh, the bird's going after his. Is that the little speck is his drone?
No, that's just a seagull flying around.
No, off to the
left.
Yeah.
I think that was just a seagull. I don't know. There's better get.
I see the seagull, but I swear I saw his drone a minute ago, and
I could have. Well, I see, there's a few birds flying around. There's a lot of seagulls in that area.
Oh, I'll tell you, they bunch it up in your shorts when you see those things.
Yeah, they're not as bad though. Seagulls. There is a peregrine falcon there though in that area. Hey, at one time it almost hit his drone. He got a real good picture of it.
That's one from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it was 3 weeks ago. Up, blowing the horn, doing the salute, coming under the bridge, right?
Paul needs audio. He should actually have a microphone with him, and that would add a lot of depth to his videos.
Well, he's got one like a different cameras for a tripod. He can put it on the hood of his truck for Christ's sakes.
He should do something. He should do something like that, and then you do the whatever clap. So you have both cameras going. Send the drone off with the camera going, so the audio's synced with it, or some way to sync it.
Yeah.
And then use the audio, because even though it's in the background of his music, it'd be cool. Hear the horn.
Yeah. It'd be something different, if he did a combination of talking about the ship or something,
Something. He should mix it up, because he's getting decent at flying them, and now he needs to step it up and make it even more give his videos more depth to be really great. Because
I think he's got microphones and all that kind of stuff too.
But he should totally use it. Use that stuff.
He's got more stuff than you and me will ever think of. I
don't know. I have a lot of stuff. When I was in the DJI store, we were going through. I was listing my inventory of stuff. The guy's just like,
"No good."
it's like, yeah. He was like, "Holy shit." Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we have 2 DJI mic systems with us for audio. We have 2 Pocket 2s. We have 2 Action 3s. We have almost 2 of everything. I said, the one thing I don't have 2 of is my Mavic 3, damn it. I have the other Mavic 3 at home. He's like, he's just blown away. Everything in pairs.
I probably said he's seen the drone. It was around the tail. Got to Joe. Yeah, bird is the word. Yeah.
Oh, those damn birds.
Yeah, he almost lost a Air 2S one time to a peregrine falcon. It came right up, just poo, right there.
Oh yeah, they're yeah, birds can be really mean. Speaking of birds, the other kind, when I was in that DJI store, I got a chance to get a close look at both Mavic 3 Pro and Air 3, because I don't own them, but I got to actually look at them in real life. Yeah, that Mavic 3 Pro camera is stupid huge. I mean, stupid, oversized, clunky looking block on the front of that drone.
Well, it's got 2 cameras, right?
3.
3. Oh.
3. Only one's worth of shit though. The other 2 are just fluff.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. But
why would they do that? other than selling you something, oh, hey, look, it's got 3 cameras on it.
No, a lot of people love the 3 cameras, and they'll tell you that it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I'm not going to argue with them. I just personally, I think it's difficult to manage the color profile of three individual cameras that all have different color profiles.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just makes it too much work in post. But the Air 3 though, on the other hand, is using, I think that's what do they call it when it's like a shared sensor? Come on, dollars. But still, that sensor is too small. It's like it's small. It's not even a 1-incher. But that looked like that's a decent payload on the Air 3, and the camera on there surprised me too. It's bigger than, I mean, when you actually see them for real, it's like, wow, that's a lot of plastic and glass in the front of that thing that's hauling around. So it was fun to get to look at them all, though. They're all lined up in a row, all on display and everything.
Did you like, as far as what do you call it? Computer generated things, like rocket or like.
Oh, I don't know about all the quick
that
shots.
kind of stuff. Is it any good that way or what?
I don't know. I haven't been, you know what? Honestly, I'm not even like looking that close at Air 3 or Mavic 3 Pro or anything, because I'm kind of just using what I have, Paul. I'm like you. It's like using what I have. My stuff's not old though, but I'm still using what I have because it works. Well, when you don't drop the motor in sand, it works.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It happens, right? We all make
shit did it. Oh, I was so pissed. I'm like, wow. I had the other Mavic 3 like in my suitcase. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna haul it. I'm gonna bring the extra Mini 3 Pro instead, which never saw light of day. Didn't need it. I had a Vada with me. A Vada never saw light of day because there was just never to carry it around there was just a pain in the ass because it takes up so much space. You have the goggles and the drone, and then all the other camera gear in the bag. It's like, where the hell are you gonna put all this stuff?
Well, like to me, I still like the Phantom 4 Pro. It's a good drone. It took good pictures and did everything all I wanted to do. The only reason I went to Autel is for the geofencing, get rid of it, right?
I, believe it or not, had no problem with geofencing in Iceland. There was one place where I wanted to fly. It was actually in the city. I wanted to fly there, and it came up as restricted zone. It said, you want to take responsibility, get approval or whatever. And I turned on I had a Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone, connected, got approval. And in a minute or two, I had approval and got my shots and was done. Yeah. I mean, it was that easy. That was the only time on Iceland where I had a problem with it at all, where I couldn't just pop up and fly. So, yeah, I guess it depends where you are.
Yeah.
Depends where you are. But I don't like the Autel camera drones are great. I don't like their color profile. Kind of bugs me.
Well, like where I live here in Canada, St. Thomas, the circumference around the airport covers half of St. Thomas.
Yeah, but you're not like in the center, are you? You're like out. So you're like the upside down wedding cake. You're kind of where you have a little bit of room to like get some.
No, it's Class G airspace. It's uncontrolled airspace.
Oh, it is. I thought you said in the.
But with DJI, they don't want you to take off.
So that's okay. That's.
I was out, but the funny thing is, I got a repertoire with the airport manager. If I'm going to fly close to the airport, I just send them off a text message or email and just say, hey, I'm flying here this time for half an hour, and my max height maybe 250 feet or whatever, and he come back to thank you for letting them know. But because of my advanced license here, he can't say no to me. If you had a basic, he could, but under advanced, he can't say no to me. Right? But he has to be notified.
Wait. Mad Props Media says 70. What's that? Millimeter?
70 millimeter, I think, on it.
On Air 3 is a game changer. No, you don't need it. I don't care what you say. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says about that thing. DJI got a deal on that sensor. It's on everything from soup to nuts that they're selling now. And yeah, it's respectable, but you still can't touch the Mavic 3's 4/3 inch sensor. That thing is better than any other camera on any drone that they sell that's like consumer grade. I am sorry. If you want to, the Air 3 is great because it has those 2 lenses and you can do cool stuff with it. But man, whatever.
But the thing is, I go to do a job one time they're over in, well, Centennial Ave, but it's the last street before the airport, but the airport's still 2 or 3 kilometers away. But anyways, I couldn't take off. But I had to tell the airport manager when I was, did all this stuff, but I couldn't take off with the drone. I had to go back home,
So
get it
hence,
on, do my computer, come back, and then redo the job. But now I'm outside that time area, right?
yeah, hence the advantage of the that's when Autel really shines, because now you don't have to worry about the BS. You know that you can fly. You've talked to the tower. They're like,
exactly.
yeah, you can fly. Sure, Paul, pop that thing up, get your flight plan going, do it, and you don't have to worry about the BS with DJI, because could you even get approval if for my case, I could get approval. Can you get approval to fly if you did it?
Yeah. But
Or-
see,
or no.
where I there was a spotty cell phone signal, so I couldn't get a good solid connection.
Oh, okay, so that's
So I
the
had to
other.
go back home to
Yeah.
do it and then come back.
Oh
but,
yeah, that's I had that happen. I've had that happen
Yeah.
in New York.
You know what a bow tie is off the runways, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. I was at a location, go to fly the house. I didn't need permission or nothing else. Got up like this, went to go across the street to fly, and it stopped because it was hitting the wall. Oh, really?
What
I
if
couldn't fly across the street?
what if you were going fast enough and you actually got into that? Then
Oh,
can
it
you-
just went eat stops.
okay, but if has anybody ever flown the drone where it gets in that and you can't get it out? Like there's no
I
way to get
don't
it out.
know. I've
Are
never.
you even
tried
kind of like
that.
trapped? I wonder.
Hey,
That would really
Jody.
suck.
Yeah. But so, anyways, I had to land, walk across the street with my drone, fire it up, get geofencing cleared off, and then I could fly. But I couldn't fly across, and then I had to come back,
Air-
land, left
air-
across the street.
The Air drone series is not as good as the Mavic series. It never will be. It's not intended to be. It doesn't have adjustable aperture. The list goes on and on. Now it's big and bloated like the Mavic series, but it doesn't carry the camera that the Mavic series carries. I'm glad you guys like the Air series. It's great for somebody like me. I could probably make really good use of it. I don't need the adjustable aperture and stuff, but I love it that I have it and I use it. So with that said,
Yeah.
fly the piss out of the Air 3. That's great. I like my Mavic 3 because it's just
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
The end. So anyway,
Judy, Paul should be walking in the door any second right now. He was just flying a ship, but he's probably pulled right into the driveway right now because he's only not even. Oh no, you know what he did? I'll bet you. I know why he's not back yet. He went to Tim Hortons to get some frickin' donuts. You watch.
no,
You
maybe.
watch.
This is
He'll come
Mark-
back in with
Mad
a bucket
props.
full of donuts.
Mad Props brings up a good point though. The price point of the Air series is pretty epic. I mean, like the Air 2S was the freaking deal of the century. That thing is just
Yeah.
unbelievably inexpensive for that 1-inch payload camera and stuff.
I paid a lot
That's
of money
true.
for that
True.
hotel.
And you won't cry as much if you get black sand in the left rear motor like I do in my
Yeah,
Mavic.
yeah.
I'm like, ah! Well, you
Well, what
still
was
cry. Who
the-
am I kidding?
What's the Mavic 3 worth? The one you got set up.
Well, I have no idea. I mean, they're never worth what you paid for them, right?
Yeah, I
They're
know
just like-
that.
I don't know, Paul. I don't know what's like. The Mavic 3 is discontinued.
Yeah.
Right. The Pro is what they're pushing. God, I seriously couldn't get over how massive that camera assembly was on the front of the thing. It's like, holy shit, how's it even carrying it around?
Yeah, Jody, I still got mine. The Aspire 1 version too. I don't fly it enough. That's the problem.
I'm not
Like,
upset.
I was
Not
50.
upset at all. I feel bad for the
think I was-
guys that have a Mavic 3 and bought an Air 3 because it's the newest thing, and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be so much better than a Mavic 3." Yeah, okay, whatever. Whatever you
But
say.
yeah, I tell them when I got it, it was about $5,600 out the door with taxes and.
Is it really? I don't know. Like I bought a classic. I bought a Mavic 3 Classic to be the redundant drone for the Mavic 3, and an idiot that I am, I didn't bring it to Iceland. I only had the one Mavic 3, but the Classic I fly more than the Mavic 3. But I figured, it's better
Hey,
to-
look who's back.
Hey, made it. Since I had the zoom lens on the Mavic 3, which is shit, by the way, I tried it in Iceland, and the footage I got was just like, ah. I mean, it's not even usable. It's so bad. But I know that's not true with the Air 3 and with the Mavic 3 Pro. They've fixed like the tele lenses work better on those, but it's just like I don't know. I'm not a telelens kind of guy. So
Well, I like to tell, but the problem is a digital zoom. It's just
yeah, it can't do that either.
it it jumps from one to the other. It doesn't go, it doesn't, go all the way up. It goes like one,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Yeah, I really wish they would do something where they take like that 4/3 inch and make it like an optical zoom.
Yeah.
And if it could hold the f-stop, that'd be an expensive camera. I don't know if it can make it small, but oh my God, that'd be epic. So like that would be like if they did something like that, if they gave, even if it was just like 2 times zoom, right? And you had it in that one camera assembly and you could zoom in, your f-stop didn't change, so your aperture set and everything could pull in, whatever.
Oh,
That would be greatness. That is what I would like to see. And I would pay for that. But until then, hey, Paul, welcome back.
Hey, thanks for coming in, Chuck.
okay, where is
We were
it?
watching you flying. We are getting nervous. There were a couple of birds that were very interested in some little gray thing flying around the ship.
I think just seagulls. But...
Well,
Hey, Paul, I think you took too long to come from the ship and come back home.
why?
I don't know. It just seemed a little longer than usual.
Well, I came directly back, but there's so much construction at the north end. I got to go down this street, up this street, down this street.
Okay, I thought maybe you went by Tim Hortons or something.
No.
Yeah, Paul was thinking you went for.
I thought
stop.
about it, but no.
I should have known. Thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was on my mind.
Yep. Then I was getting into trouble with the guys that love their Air 3s. I got in trouble a little bit, so I'm
Oh,
sorry.
did you?
I'm sorry, Air 3 dudes. I respect the fact you guys are flying and doing good stuff. So sorry.
I'm flying the Air 2S.
We were just talking about that bird as well, being like probably still the best value drone you could buy.
Well, it does everything I need it to do, Chuck.
Yeah. Oh, here's something I've heard some chatter about OcuSync 4 and how you have to have it. Why?
Ugh.
Somebody tell me why. Because I personally have never broken signal with OcuSync 3. As far as I want to fly out where I can see my drone. And I'm talking Mavic 3, not just the Mini 3 Pro and stuff. Never lost signal. Not with the RC Pro. It's like it just goes and goes as far as I need to fly. So why do I get why you need more, right? If you're flying around obstacles, you can have that extra signals. That's where it's going to pay for itself when you have stuff in the way,
Right.
Obstacles and stuff, not clear shot. But most of the time, OcuSync 3 is rocking it, man. So I'm not going to buy another drone because of OcuSync 3 or 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
Even 2 worked for me. OcuSync 2 worked pretty great in the Mavic 2 series.
Right.
And your Air 2S, that's using OcuSync 2, I believe.
Yes.
But it's great. I mean, all this technology is great. But I guess it's just as pilots, you have to make your decision. What are you going to do with the gear? What are you going to do with it? What's going to work best for you? I think that's what it boils down to. So my opinion means nothing to anybody else unless they just want to hear me babble on about stuff. Drone on. Drone on. Yeah, drone on.
Don't tell you the Lightbridge works good. Well, I got the latest and greatest too, like on the not the Autel because they got the Evo 2 V3 now. I got the V2 or whatever, but
I was catching up on the chat.
I get signal problems here at the trailer because there's so many tall trees here. I've only got a little opening up around above me. Everything else is covered in trees. So I do lose some signal when I get it out a little ways from here. So I think just the trees because they're so high here, right?
Here's the raw footage.
Okay. Did you hit the 3 buttons there, Paul?
No, I didn't.
Wait, what 3 buttons?
Oh, where you optimize the video?
Yeah, I did now.
No.
Oh.
Otherwise, it's really jerky, so I'm trying to watch it. But YouTube's not the greatest for doing this either. So
No, YouTube crushes the hell out of everything. Paul, do you film and record audio when you're down there?
No,
Oh, you should so grab audio. Like when the horn blew, that'd be so epic to add even that sound bit to your video.
yeah, too bad you couldn't just capture that sound and add it into
You
the video.
can. He totally can. You can sync it up pretty easy because you have a visual on when the horn's blowing and you have the audio of the horn blowing. You could sync it up in post with your editor. It'd be cool. I mean, there's like a lot of good stuff going on audio wise. It would give your videos like a lot more depth. That's what I was saying to Paul while you were out buzzing around this thing, which the shots look really good.
Yeah, it's sure a lot better looking ship, say, Paul, not like a old rust bucket.
yeah, there's a lot of old rust buckets running
Some-
around. The
some
interlake
nice sky
steamship
today.
company seems to take care of their ships better.
Paul, that's a really good dude. You just keep getting better. That's a really good pan.
Yeah, that's all freestyle, you know. Here's the pan.
Yeah, you could have technically locked in on the bow of the ship with that, and then use spotlight. But I respect you for doing what you did. Nice shot. Sky looks good too.
That's all in auto settings.
And Paul does his up and pull away shot right about here.
Yeah, because I want to keep the lighthouse in the shot.
Let it ride off into the sunset. That's not happening for another few hours. They paint a rust color so you can't see the rust. Oh yeah. It's all right, Joe.
You can tell that thing's got twin screws on it. Yeah.
That's 1,013 feet, I think, or 1,012 feet long.
You know, can't get it any longer because it won't fit the locks.
Exactly.
That's the deal.
I don't know. Can they, 1,000 footers go down through the Welland Canal? I don't think
Yeah.
they can.
They can, yes, they can, but they can't get any bigger.
Oh,
They're-
I know
they're-
they go through the sewer locks, but because you never see those 1,000 footers go through the Welland Canal because they only go, down to the Port Edison plant or across over to Cleveland or something. They don't seem to ever go, all the way over, right? Because you don't even see those 1,000 footers even go into Port Dover. It's always a little bit smaller ship to go over there. Like, for the Nanaco plant.
Well, let's see where, let me go look on marine traffic.
Oh.
I don't think 1,000 footers go all the way up into Toronto or Montreal up to St. Lawrence or any of that. I don't think any of them do. You get the salt seas come down through there, but they're not as big as 1,000 footers. I think they only apply on the Great Lakes, well, except for Lake Ontario, but I think they only do Lake Erie, Lake Huron, Lake Superior, Lake Huron.
Could be, but I always thought that was the biggest ships that they could.
I don't know. We can always look it up here on Google. What else? Okay,
Yeah, that would probably tell us, wouldn't it?
I'll just look it up on Google here.
I'm transferring stuff.
Can
At least I'm trying to transfer stuff.
You know what interesting thing happened, like within the last week or so? I usually use Movie Maker, right?
Yeah.
And it's changed. It's not the same Movie Maker. Now it's some other damn brand, whatever. I can't pull up just plain old Movie Maker anymore.
I never used Movie Maker, so I wouldn't know how to help. Maybe somebody in the chat knows.
Well, Movie Maker is an old program.
I remember it. I just never.
Remember, it used to come on the computers way back when.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
The largest ship that can go through the Welland Canal is 740 feet.
Okay, so they can't go up there.
Oh,
So
no,
there's
I just did.
13,000 footers out there that are bound in the Great Lakes.
How big of a ship can go through the St. Lawrence Seaway? 740 feet, 78 feet wide, and 26-foot draft.
What did I just do, boys?
Hey, TJ.
No. There's a thing there, the ultimate list of 1,000 footers on the Great Lakes. But no, I didn't think they could go through the Welland Canal. I didn't think Welland Canal. They can go through Sault Ste. Marie, but they can't go through Welland Canal. I'm pretty sure of that. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't that many years ago they redid the Soo Locks.
Yeah.
And added a bigger one.
yeah. Hey, TJ, what's happening?
At work? Oh, it's still happening. Here.
The Mia was right there with me. Of course, Mia sits in the truck, but
Of course.
because she's so old, Chuck, I had to build a ramp and carpet it so she could get up into the truck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Two stuff. I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to get the last bits of footage from yesterday transferred to the solid state drive. So I have
Oh, there you go.
Try to get everything in one place. Because you know how this goes. If you don't do it now, be like later on, be like, you'll forget to do it, you'll overwrite it or something. You're like, shit, where's that footage?
Yep. It's always the way.
Always the way. And I don't even know if I can. Is that it? There it is. All right. We have it. There it is. Yeah. September 3rd.
Hi.
Bring all this stuff over and then there we go.
Better.
Wow, it's a lot of footage in a week, dude. Whew.
Did you have a good trip though?
Yeah, it was really good. The weather was pretty cooperative. I mean, as far as Iceland goes, the weather was cooperative. Windy, pretty windy. Told Paul I screwed up my Mavic 3, so that came home wounded.
Oh, you did? What happened?
Things away. I got my
It slipped off my backpack and the left rear motor dropped down into black sand, and then I had sand in the motor. So I
Oh,
couldn't fly.
sanded, crunchy, right?
Yeah, been there, done that, huh?
Yeah.
So I have to go out to the hardware store today and get a couple cans of compressed air and see if I can blow it out of there. Otherwise, I just don't have any confidence. I mean, like it was spinning freely, but then when I move the drone around, put it in a bag or whatever, take it out again, it would be crunchy again. So I know there's still sand in there, and we certainly don't want that happening when it's in the air,
No.
or it won't be in the air any longer. So
isn't there some kind of law about importing dirt from another country? And
it's probably I'm probably the drone's probably cursed now because it has like volcanic, like if it's in Hawaii, it's like bad luck to bring. Yeah, damn it. Thanks, Paul.
Thanks for pointing that out. Chuck would have never known.
Well, you could just put it back in an envelope and ship it back, right?
Well, I guess it's a reason to go back.
Yeah, there you go. You got to take the dirt back. Yeah.
I take the dirt back. Yeah, I do want to go back. There's so much we didn't get to do in a week's time. You can't do enough.
Really?
And yeah, we're gonna have to go back. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to go back. It was a really cool country. People are very nice. Icelandic is a very interesting language in that you're trying to drive and the road signs have these words on them that are like 9 million letters long.
Yeah,
You're trying to read the road sign before you can get halfway through the first 5 of 17 syllables. You're already by the road sign. It's like shit because they're printed small too.
Yeah.
Because they have to be. Yeah, they have to be printed small because the words are so long. So it's just like holy shit. But that was fun. Yeah.
They call it drive by banner.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And then Gichigumi was saying how there's this one exit to Iceland or whatever at the airport. So yeah, I took a picture for her. Yeah, somewhere. Took it yesterday.
Well,
Said she
you know,
was getting to
like
take a
driving
picture.
in Quebec, they're just all the French language, right? But they're
Yeah.
not long like, you know, words. They're shorter actually.
Yeah. So yeah, we
You
had a
know,
bit of,
go
we had a bit of
south, they
fun.
go stud, SUD, you know, they just, or east is EST, you know, or something, you know, they just,
Lori and I did our best to figure out Icelandic as best we could. We asked a lot of the people we crossed paths with that were doing tours and stuff that we were on and got some help, but it's going to take more time than that. We had a little bit of exposure to it, but cool country. I mean, like we actually walked. We were hiking and we had to go over this little walking bridge, and it was over the Continental Divide, which separates. Those are the two plates that are pulling apart, like a couple millimeters a year, or whatever.
oh, is that right? Wow.
Yeah, it's right. That's the Continental Divide. It's right there at Iceland, and it was freaking cool. It's just cool. It's like this crevice, It's like, and you're walking between the two continents, two plates.
Okay.
That was badass. The country's just amazing, and it's like totally active. It looks like the moon because there's volcanic rock it's so new, relatively speaking, so new that nothing can really grow there. They don't even really have trees in most of the spots. The only thing that grows like birch trees occasionally. It's just funky to see, and it reminded me of Scotland. It reminded me of Maui. It reminded me of Alaska, all in like one trip. In a place that's much closer from the East Coast of the US than those other things that go, Alaska in particular is much further away from the East Coast of the US than Iceland. Iceland is 5 hours by plane from New York City. Alaska, yeah. It's half a day,
My shit was on the cruise. They went to Iceland.
Yeah, it's really cool. What's really sad though is that the glaciers they're melting at such a rapid rate.
Yeah.
I mean,
But there was
literally.
some island that the cruise ships always stop at.
Yeah.
They don't get off, but they make pizzas and give them fresh fruit, vegetables, everything. They put it on their tenders and take it into the people. Every
There's
time
a ferry that runs. Yeah, we didn't get over to that island. There's a ferry that runs back and forth, and I guess that's where the puffins hang out. When the puffins are nesting in season, that's where they hang out on that little island off of Reykjavik.
that's where they
But
were.
yeah, the people are really nice. They're a pretty liberal country as a whole, and it was funny. We went to this brewery. Shouldn't even talk about this, but we went to this brewery, and they brought it up. I didn't. They were saying how they didn't understand why these people would come in with talking about they're like anti-homosexual and all this stuff, and they're like, well, if you don't like it here, just go. You don't have to come here. We don't care. So if you want to come and enjoy our country, that's fine. But if you're gonna be jerk about it, just go now. That's their attitude. You're welcome to come here, have a good time. We love to have you here, but if you're gonna be a dick, just go. So
And there's always those type of people around too.
but yeah, it was fun, and we met some really nice people. Now we have friends in Iceland. This is good to add to the list because maybe we can get some help. Maybe we can get some help if we go back to find the really sweet spots to hike and fly the drone and stuff, because we found some good ones, but there are some really super secret spots that the Icelandic people don't share with the general populace, the rest of the world. And they know of like hot springs and all kinds of stuff that they just keep under wraps. So we're gonna have to work some angles.
Now, do they go out and take a dip in the hot springs or?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're everywhere, Paul. It's wild, man. It's like the whole island is like super young. It's just constantly changing. It's fire and ice. It's legit. Pretty amazing.
Do they use volcanoes for heat in their houses and all that?
They have geothermal plants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see them spattered about because you'll be driving around and it's where there aren't mountains. It's flat. It's just, well, duh, I guess, right? If there are mountains, it's flat. But you can see the steam coming up from these things. You look and you can see where there's a plant over there, like using geothermal. It's cool. Would have really liked to see an erupting volcano, but that one kind of decided to stop a couple weeks before we even got on.
Yeah, because they did have an active one there, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's why I bought the extra Mini 3 Pro that I brought along. I was hoping to like fly over. Figured, if it didn't make it back.
Wasn't that the one recently where that guy sacrificed that one drone, flew it right into the volcano or something?
There is the other volcano was like 2 years ago, and the guy the one guy who had all the millions of views he flew a FPV DJI FPV and had some amazing shots. I mean, he just flew through the thing low and like the lava rocks like launching out of the volcano and going both sides. That was insane. And then there was another guy that flew a Mini 3 Pro more recently that I think it was a Mini 3 Pro. Maybe it was a Mini 2. Yeah, he lost his drone to it. It basically melted. He got it back. It was partially melted. Then he sent it off for its Viking funeral after that. That was the video.
Yeah, the Viking funeral.
The Viking funeral. Yeah.
Really?
Pretty cool. Yeah, it's out there on YouTube somewhere. So I didn't get to do that. And then we were supposed to see the volcano by helicopter, but we had a really nasty storm roll through Friday evening into Saturday morning, and
you were supposed to do it on Saturday, huh?
Yeah, it was like that was the last thing we were gonna do because it left from Reykjavik, and that's where we were for our last couple of days. So instead, we just wandered around town, just like explored the city, which was pretty fun too. But highly recommended if you get a chance. It's not far from the East Coast, so it's an easy flight. And I think it's going to get more complicated next year though, because any one of us that want to travel internationally next year are going to need, I think, like a temporary visa to do it. So
I know you're talking about some places that are talking about you got that even though you got a passport and all that, you still got to have a visa.
You have to have a visa. So there's going to be a lot of
especially over in Saudi Arabia.
Well, it's gonna be everywhere. So so that's gonna take some research. So Lori and I have to begin doing our research because we're not gonna stop traveling internationally. We're finally doing it. We're having fun doing it. We're seeing a lot of cool stuff. We're documenting it.
And you guys haven't been to Australia yet, have you?
No, now what? Tim's gonna move up here. Tim Jackson's gonna move back.
Tim Jackson's moving back to the States. Yep.
Yeah. So not that like Dominic and Matt and some other guys are down there, down under. That'll be there.
Yeah.
It'd be really fun to cross paths with Matt. I would really like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think he and I think a lot alike on stuff. I'd love to cross paths with him. He's definitely a Mavic 3 dude. Hell, he still flies his Mavic 2 Pro. He still uses it. And gets good footage out of it too. I still have one I need to get rid of. I don't think they're worth much anymore. We were talking about the value of drones. I don't think the street value is very, very significant on that one. But it's just sitting on a shelf, taking up space. It's kind of a shame. We lost Paul. Where'd he go?
Oh, he probably went to go feed the squirrels, that dog or something.
Not sure, TJ. I think he's probably talked about it, but more so in the last couple of weeks. And forgive me, I've been indisposed with other stuff on my mind the last couple of weeks. So I missed all the chat.
Well, Tim's got to come up with some money before he can come back, right? So
Is he getting back together? I don't want
Yeah.
to start any gossip. or
Yeah,
anything,
he's got to move everything. He's got to pack everything up and move it in a container, I think.
Wow.
oh, you were talking what you needed 22,000 or something to come back.
Holy. To move all his stuff.
Not cheap. Yep. Oh yeah, he's got all those TVs, computers, printers, and
Why doesn't he
then his
just-
personal belongings, you know.
Would it be a possibility for him to like kind of sell all that stuff and start over here?
Well, that's what some people were telling him. Just sell it all and rebuy it when you get back here, you know. But
I know it's not easy.
well, some of the stuff, you know, he's worked on, like he's changed his computer around and he added
He's-
boards and yeah.
Fix things up and yeah. That's what makes it really hard. Like if his 3D printers are kind of tuned by him for him, then he has to go through and redo that all over again if he buys
Yeah.
new gear.
And then is all his programs and sub programs and everything. Yep.
Yeah. it's a
Hey,
lot.
look who finally got out of bed. Curtis Dart.
There's
Good morning.
Curtis.
Hey, Curtis.
Well, I'm gonna
Well,
have to
he
get
is 3 hours difference, so it's 7 o'clock.
I know. You usually up and over here by now.
Well, that's because he usually works, but today's Labor Day.
Yeah, we're enjoying Labor Day too because we didn't get in till 12 something in the morning. I think we got home. We actually set foot in our door at like 1 a.m. here, Eastern.
Wow.
That was a long day. We were up 23 and a half hours total. And it's funny, the flights weren't long. It was the connection in JFK that kept us there like over 9 hours. Stupid.
Really?
Yeah. And we got through customs, and I was going to see, because, you know, when you go through customs, they give you your check. If you have a checked bag, they give it back to you. You have to recheck it after you go through customs. So this is an opportunity to change flights, basically. So now you can go to the counter and you're like, hey, I'm on this flight. It leaves like 9 hours from now. Is there anything sooner that I can use to get home? And that was our plan. So we go to the counter and they're like, yeah, you just missed like the 245 or whatever. So I'm like, oh. I mean, we literally like just missed it. And but that's not the kind of flight you want to book when you're doing this kind of trip, because you know that
You don't know.
yeah, we would have, had we booked that and hoping it would work, it wouldn't have worked and we would have missed the flight. And then maybe we couldn't get on the later flight.
Well, Chuck, you know what I was wondering, if when you landed, do people go over to the other desk and try to get on it and not getting their luggage back yet?
I don't know, but I mean, like the luggage was right there. They get the luggage first, then you go to the counter, and then right to the left of the counter is where you put the bag back on the conveyor and it goes back through the system.
Yeah.
And then you go through TSA. Yeah, I guess in the States, you go through TSA again, you go through security again, and then you can board your next flight whenever it may be. So we had a tough decision to make. We're like, okay, we have all of our bags right now. What do we want to do? We wanted to get a flight that was earlier. Couldn't do that. And they were like, do we want to just get a car and like drive upstate? Cause like, you know, it's a 9 hour wait plus 45 minutes flight, or do we just start driving?
Well, how far would it be for you to drive?
From JFK, we have to go through the city. 5.5 hours, probably.
Oh.
So you would have cut your travel time in half.
Like 3. Well, yeah, roughly. Yeah. And Lori and I made the tough decisions. Well, maybe we'll just kind of hang out in the lounge and we'll vlog and just, you know, hang out. But that was kind of boring after we vlogged and stuff. And then they had a hot dog cart out back. That was pretty epic. That's another story.
So what
Like,
now that you've been through that, do you have your druthers? In other words, like, do you feel as though you should have gone and got in the car and got the hell out of Dodge, or what?
no, I do the same stupid thing again.
Okay.
But like, we don't usually have that happen. It's kind of unusual to have that big of a layover, you know, a planned layover that big. But I'm telling you, Paul, when we were booking this stuff and we had it all dialed in and it looked really good on paper, I told you I used Priceline, and Priceline effed everything up. They had the stuff going from our home to Iceland completely botched. And it took me over 40 hours on the phone with those jackasses to get it sorted out. And they weren't helping me at all. so difficult.
TJ said he likes to ride around on the baggage thing.
Oh yeah, nice.
If he doesn't get off at the right spot, he's liable to go for a ride.
We heard some
Yeah.
good lost baggage stories along the way too. There were, always people have good ones. So and then we saw one dude, like, they tell you when you get your bag, they put the barcode stickers on it. You're supposed to take those off before it goes through it for another lap somewhere.
Yeah.
This one bag looked like the guy had been all around the world a million times. It was all covered in those barcode stickers. I'm just like, holy crap! How does this bag know where to go next?
Yeah,
Like the scanner must see it. What's it?
If
Jesus.
he gets a lost bag, then he blames the airline for it.
Yeah. So we have Covaxion stickers that have QR codes. I'm like, I'm not putting one of these on the bag. I don't want to do anything to confuse it.
Yeah.
Send my bag to YouTube, maybe. I don't know, but
Yeah,
maybe my bag will subscribe to our channel. Maybe. What's this? My bag subscribed to my channel, but no, really, it seems like a really good practice to remove all those barcode stickers before your bag goes through the scanner again. And a guy pointed out at the airport just the other day, he's like, yeah, and you shouldn't take them off. You shouldn't take them off like at the airport. Take them off or whatever. Dispose of them somewhere else because somebody might be able to use the barcode sticker, for evil, so to speak. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. I don't think so. But anyway, why risk it? So, travel's always an adventure, especially by air.
TJ and Joe are talking about going to the airport and making a video of
There
TJ
you go.
riding around on the.
That'd be great. Yeah. So then you
you
get up on the
can
no.
ride around.
Just
You
don't
could-
end
you
up on the no fly list. That's
Yeah,
all.
you could do a short with TJ on a roll.
Nice.
They're laughing the whole time.
With his head on with his head on somebody's soft luggage like a pillow.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And then
So-
you could take the camera and get pictures of people standing there looking at him go by.
Yeah.
Just don't end up on the no fly list.
Yeah.
That's it.
All I say. Don't do it.
Well, I don't think the
Do it.
TSA doesn't have a sense of humor, do they?
No. Not very good at all. I wouldn't think so.
Oh my goodness, I missed Joe's comment about the DJI FPV. How they ripped the motor off. I was just looking at that. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm way behind, man. Nice. That sucks. That was the one bad thing about the FPV drone. Paul, did you ever have one of those? I thought you did.
No, not me. Paul
No?
Hodges and I, neither one of us are FPV.
Nope. No.
Okay. Because I foolishly bought one on release day. I wasn't gonna, and then I bought it. And then I was afraid to fly it most of the time because it's just so fragile. I mean, as far as a FPV drone goes, it's fragile. It was fun to fly, but you couldn't really fly it like the Avata because the Avata bounces off stuff. That thing just broke if you smack something right.
Hey, JD.
JD is here.
Fast.
I tell you what, FPV. Oh, the taste I got on FPV was when I was over in Quebec there at Rogers at the Roger Palooza. I don't know how many times I was either up in a tree or out in the field looking for a drone for FPV.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
This ain't fun.
Avata's fun.
Yeah.
I'm really pissed at myself because I wished I'd carried. I don't know. Maybe next time I have to check my OneMo bag, which is my big camera bag, so I can carry all that shit with me on my back when we're out and about. Because it would have been fun to fly Avata in Iceland for sure. Yeah. I hauled it all the way over and never came out of the bag. But a reason to go back again.
Why
Yeah, go back.
didn't you say the Avata was Lori's?
We each have one.
Oh, you both have one.
Mm.
Did Lori take hers?
No, mine came, but she could have flown it. I don't care. I mean, it's communal. Lori's afraid to fly Mavic 3 unless I make her. She won't fly it.
Okay.
So and now because we have that spare Mini 3 Pro, because I bought it for the Volcano task, that it didn't get to participate in and die. Now Lori's just been upgraded from a Mini 2 to a Mini 3 Pro. So there you go, Lori, wherever she is. And so we're gonna get rid of the Mini 2. Anybody need a Mini 2? It's a very handy drone, but we don't need it. It's like it's taking up space.
You
That drone,
got the Fly More kit. Is that what you got?
yeah, and one more battery. So we have 4 batteries for it. It's a good little drone. I just never fly it now.
Well, that's what I got into. I used to have the drones all lined up on the dining room table.
Yeah.
And it's like, here I've gotten Inspires and I've got all kinds of different drones sitting there. And it's like, I'm only flying 1 or 2 of them,
Yeah. Well, the reason I bought the Mini 3 Pro, just drone only, and I found one on eBay that a guy was selling. They're like refurbished. I'm like, this is perfect as a backup, right? I mean, it's cheap, backup. It'll use the same RC Pro that the Mavic 3 is using, and the other Mini 3 Pro is using when we're on vacation. So I have to carry one controller for everything. This is great. Same batteries as the other Mini 3 Pro. So that part was all good. Then we never used it. So now
Drone Shots wants to know what the deal is.
I don't know, man. I'll show you what I've got and tell me what you think is fair, and we can figure out something because I want to get rid of it. But yeah,
One Vision said the same thing.
I don't want you guys to get into a bidding contest or anything. But seriously, I mean, like if somebody, I'll give you a list of all the stuff. It's never been wadded up or anything. It's a great little drone. We have the filters for it and stuff from Freewell, and we just don't fly it. It went to Scotland with us. I flew it in Scotland. It did great. When it wasn't super windy, I could fly it into little towns and nobody cared because it was quiet and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just got the job done. So it's just, I don't want to put them all on the shelf, I guess. I just don't have room.
JD said he's gonna go and fly a water park today. That sounds good.
Yeah. I'll find all the stuff, boys. Then we'll figure out.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff will start.
Drone Shot says a buddy of his got a Mini 2 on eBay for $200.
Let's put it on. Maybe I can put it on eBay, and you guys can. If I sell it to you guys, we do friends and family or something. But yeah, figure it out. I gotta find all the stuff. It's all together in its bag, but I think there are a couple of goodies and stuff that are not where they should be, like right there with it. So I'll have to track the stuff down. There's this very large bin in my basement that has all the boxes and stuff for the drone stuff, and it's pretty crazy. And they're all just empty boxes and stuff for the most part, but occasionally there's a little couple of knickknacks and like a cable or something that I have to find.
Sure.
Look who finally got out of bed.
Hey, Justin.
What's up, guys?
I almost got on. By the way, I almost got on yesterday afternoon. You guys were on. I was in the airport sitting at a desk. I just flipped on you guys, and Paul says, "Yep, we're wrapping up right now." I'm like, "Shit." It's like literally, and then Justin said, "I'm going to be on in like an hour and a half or something." I'm like, "Shit."
Oh yeah, last night.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I gotta get going. I'm leaving in a couple hours. I got some stuff I want to do before I leave. Go back
Back up. Okay.
So anyway, guys, y'all have a good one.
Okay, Paul, will we see you tonight, or are you going out for a barbecue?
No, I'll be home tonight.
Okay. All right.
Nope, we'll be there. So anyway, guys, catch you later.
Okay,
Yeah,
Paul.
Paul. Have fun, man.
What's up, everybody in the chat?
Justin
Yeah.
sounds a little tired, Chuck.
I'm a little tired. I think I got 5 hours of sleep last night. I'm not exactly. There's some stuff. I don't want to cut my lawn today, but I have to because it's been a week and it's shaggy. I'm gonna cut the lawn, and I think I transferred all my footage over. Which, yeah, we transferred all the footage over, so that's good.
Yeah, I did sleep in a little bit today, Dustin.
Probably nice, right?
What
What time did you finish up last night, Justin?
it was I think 11:30. We didn't stay on too late. It was pretty does it kind of died off, so I just shut it down.
Nice.
Like we got up to like 30 something people between mine and Tim's channel last night. And
How's that
then-
working out? How's that working out having 2 channels simulcasting?
It actually is not bad because what it does is like Tim didn't want to do it at first. He's like, oh, ain't nobody gonna come in over there. But the thing is it did though, because a lot of people that Tim hasn't seen in a long time all of a sudden started popping into his channel.
Wild.
And yeah, it works out good.
I
Because what it
wish.
does, it brings people in that from other channels that may have not known about your channel or may not have been subbed to your channel.
Yeah.
And so,
But does the chat like it didn't seem like it crossed over, like all the chat wasn't like shares simulcast as
No,
well.
it's still separate, isn't it?
See, if they
Well,
could fix that, that'd be cool.
if you're on the panel, then yes, it's all the chats all together on the StreamYard part.
Yeah,
Chat.
but if you're not on the panel and you're like,
Right.
it's like somebody's on Tim's channel, somebody's on your channel, different people, they don't see what each other's writing.
So you'd
No,
have
and
to have
that's
two-
why you have to be good at highlighting comments. That's why Tim, so when we're if you watch some other people's channels that do it, they don't pay
Yeah.
attention to half the chat and they don't highlight half the comments, so people don't know that they're doing it.
You almost need a producer for that. You need somebody, well, you know, I mean, well, that's what you would call it, the person's
But,
role, but you need somebody to manage that and keep popping up stuff for you.
So since Tim is my co-host, what he does is while I'm doing everything else, Tim focuses just on the comments. And he makes sure he goes through and makes sure he highlights all of them.
Okay.
And he'll, respond and try to answer people's questions
Well,
as we're going too.
here's a thought. Can you, for instance, bring up two YouTube channels and then slide them around so you got both chats over top of each other on the side, and then have the regular screen up there with.
Well, I mean, you could if you were not on the panel and you wanted to see all the chats, you could easily do that.
Yeah,
You could just pop the chats out for every channel. But the problem is the reason why you can't combine the YouTube chats is because YouTube's its own entity, StreamYard's its own entity. And YouTube's not gonna let StreamYard, sit and dabble into their crap like that.
yeah.
So combining the YouTube chats themselves is probably never gonna happen. Because that's obviously YouTube's side of it. That's why StreamYard combines them within StreamYard's chat.
Oh, it's a StreamYard's feature, not a YouTube feature.
Right.
Okay. I didn't even connect with that. I wasn't thinking about that. That's
Yeah,
true.
so that's
Yeah.
probably never gonna happen, unfortunately. But
No.
like I said, if you organize your show good and you do like me and Tim have come up with the last 2
Yeah, it does
weeks,
suck, Joe.
I let Tim focus just on the comments and I'll focus on everything else. And Tim does a good job at going through and making sure all the comments are highlighted, making sure people are hearing each other's questions, and it seemed to work pretty good, so as long as you got somebody focusing on it.
Yeah.
But the problem
Yeah,
is some
just
people get
curious.
into they'll start talking and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then they stop paying attention to the chat. And the next thing you know, you got 30 people that have said something in other chats and they don't know it because they're not highlighting the comments. Restream sucks. I don't think I've ever used Restream.
LinkedIn media pool. All my stuff the links are broken. That sucks.
What do you mean your links are broken?
Oh, I'm in DaVinci.
Yeah.
And DaVinci, oh man, I had 8 hours plus of time to kill in the lounge yesterday. And I wanted to edit so bad, and DaVinci 18.5 it just choked my laptop to death. It will not work. And I tried so many things to get it to cooperate. It was just so choppy. It was I couldn't do anything with it. I'm trying
You got
to
a pretty good laptop too, so that's kind of
It's
concerning.
there's probably some tricks, but yeah, I think Justin, I need to get it's a 13-inch laptop. It's nice and small for travel. It's great. I think I'm gonna have to get something more gamer grade that has a real graphics card in it. Whether it's
Oh, you don't have, I thought you had a big.
No,
beefy laptop.
Lori has a bigger laptop it's an Asus. It is a gamer. It's like a 40, I think there's a 40 or 30 60 in there, but it's enough to run DaVinci respectably. This thing just can't. So I need to get
Oh, yeah.
something. I got to get something that's small and powerful because it has to be small. I don't need a lot of screen. I need the power. I need the horsepower to do anything with it.
Yeah, it's hard
Yeah.
to find a small laptop.
Yeah,
though, with
because
a lot
nobody
of power.
wants right. Because nobody wants like nobody thinks of a small screen laptop as being something you want to like edit on. But when you're on the road, it's kind of like super awesome. But it's a small. There's not enough market demand for it, so it doesn't exist.
Yeah, because a lot of the gamer laptops, those are like 17, fucking like 20-inch screens and shit.
Yeah, and it's great,
those-
right? Because it's a desktop replacement, and then you have
Yeah.
something. So I don't know. I mean, it used to be DaVinci worked great on it when it was new.
The only thing I can think of is if you go with the Mac is about the only.
I know.
Most of the
you
PC
know,
laptops are freaking. That's why I said they're pretty bulky when you get.
the M1
into
Pro.
that.
I mean, I hate to say it, but man, I might have to get a Mac just because that M1 Pro chip fits in like a tablet, and that would be the tool.
Well, I
I need
mean,
to, like,
Mac
edit on the
is
road.
really good for editing though too.
Yeah, I
So
know,
that
and
might be better for you if that's what you're wanting it for.
DaVinci does both. DaVinci works on Mac or PC, and I have the license. So, I mean, I could use it on either. So
I'm thinking that's just a better option for you. One, because they're a little bit more compact as far as power wise.
yeah, they are. I
And
mean,
they're
I can't
better
believe
for
I'm saying
editing.
this. I'm actually hating myself while I'm saying this, but it's true. I mean, maybe that's the answer. So gonna have to research it though. I mean, Christmas is coming again, so maybe
Well, and the newer laptops have the M2s in it now.
the
so you can get
M2's
even-
out now. Yeah, it's even
yeah.
better. But I mean, like the M1 chip, the M1 Pro chip is respectable for sure. But yeah,
But I mean, I mean, I'll admit that when it comes to Apple, they're excellent for editing purposes.
yeah. But I'm
There's
not
nothing
supposed
wrong with
to.
that.
I'm not supposed to like the stuff we filmed last week it's got to be below the other stuff that we have to get out first. I mean, Iceland has to wait. That's all there is to it. It's got to wait. But
Right.
I wanted to get working on it while it was fresh in my mind and while we were there, and then I just couldn't do anything. I was sitting in the room at night, like, oh, I could edit a little bit, and like, nope, can't. Computer won't do it. Why did I bring
Yeah.
this laptop? I don't even know.
Yeah, like I said, I would probably, if you're really just wanting a good editing laptop for the road, I would look at getting a Mac for that.
I'll have to do some shopping around and see. I'd really rather find a PC solution. I mean, I'll work that first, and if I can't, then I'll have to maybe fall into. Oh God, I can't believe I'm saying Apple. No offense to the Apple guys. I mean, I know they work. I have a work phone that's iOS and it works. Just eating my words. Eating my words. Oh, it's funny.
Let's see what some of these ones have.
Oh, I'm missing the chat now. Here we go. Oh, guys just thought, oh, why have top chat on? Where'd my live chat go? There we go.
Oh, ew. Look at those laptops so expensive and they got integrated graphics.
That's the problem with my laptop. It has the Intel integrated graphics, and it can't handle the stuff that DaVinci has added in 18.5. The 18.5 is super powerful, and it just kills the laptop. So gonna need a laptop with more RAM, dedicated graphics in order to do anything.
Okay, so. Let's see. Trying to look at some different.
Can you select them all? Like, don't mind me. I'm trying to like. DaVinci is not perfect. In fact, DaVinci kind of sucks in some ways.
Yeah, it's a big ass screen though.
What's
Pretty
that?
thin though. I was looking at the HP 2023 NV laptop, but it's a 17.3-inch screen. But it looks pretty thin.
Oh, dude, I don't want to carry a 17-inch laptop around. It's like the 13 barely fits in my backpack. It's just yeah, I'm maxed out with the shit that I can carry on a trip. It's like I'm carrying weight. I mean, I really hate myself for leaving that backup Mavic 3 here at the house. Oh, I hate myself.
Maybe look
Oh.
at the MSI laptops. It might be. They usually make pretty good ones.
MSI?
Yeah. They make their own laptops. 'Cause they got some that are around like 14 and 15-inch. That's probably about as small as you're gonna be able to get. I was just kind of shopping, so I'm just looking around, seeing what.
Uh,
What
it's-
kind of
it's
money?
really-
are they?
MSI is not cheap,
I
but
see.
you're,
Um,
but you can also do a custom build too on, if you go to like. Some of the websites you can,
I probably will have to
Fine.
do a custom.
yeah, you can find a shell of a computer, like of a certain size screen and stuff.
What
and then
about-
just do a custom build on it?
What about an Alienware? I think Dell might make an Alienware 13 that could do it. It'd be big bucks. I think they do it.
I
I
don't
wonder.
know.
You know what
I
I
mean,
mean? I think
they're still good laptops, but I don't know. People don't like them as much these days anymore because they kind of hard to work on.
they're hard to work on and they're super expensive.
But
Yeah, here's an Alienware. Oh Jesus,
They're-
Alienware 14. Still 13 and 14 are way different. And they probably don't make a 13.
I think the smallest you're probably gonna find is a 14, to be honest with you.
Alienware desktop. Oh, laptop. Here we go. They're thicker for sure. Oh wow, the wallet's going to be a lot thinner.
What's
These
that?
things are. Well, I'm looking at Oh, that's an 18. Hold on, gotta see if I can find
Yeah.
something.
On
That's
the
an
Fly
16.
says in the chat, the iPad Pro M2 runs
So run your beloved DaVinci power.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, $1,800 for a 14-inch Alienware R2. Has an RTX 4060 in it, so that's enough. 32 gigs of
RAM,
RAM.
that's not bad.
and it's 4800 megahertz. I mean, it's
What's the processor?
what do we got under the hood of
Does
this
it say-
thing? 13th gen Intel i7 13620H. So it's respectable.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's just
Fuck, I would spend the extra money and have them throw an i9 in there and just be done with it.
right.
13th gen
That's when
i9.
that's what maybe HP has something that's more even
But that's about what you're gonna spend on a good gaming laptop.
Yeah,
is
I
between
know.
15 to 2000.
you know what's
So-
funny, the HP that I'm carrying around now it was in that price point, but then they had the deals around Christmas, the Black Friday deals. So I think that's the time to grab one, be find a Black Friday deal where I could get a build.
Yeah, mad props. That's actually what Sean Edge FPV used to do.
What's
He
that?
used to be
I'll go
a
back to
Dell,
the
Dell technician back in the day. He was actually their
say?
advanced IT department.
Oh, the refurbished? Yeah, there's no shame in a refurbished laptop. We all know this to be true. They're fine. It's a great way to get a deal, right? I mean, who cares, right? You're carrying it around, it gets bounced around, it gets scuffed up. It's a work tool.
Careful,
Yeah.
Chuck, your host.
What?
I said, just be careful, your host. If you leave, it's just gonna shut the stream down. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time, because Paul got knocked out of the stream. So
Oh,
it
no, I didn't know I
defaulted you
got-
to host.
Oh no, I didn't know.
No, I was just letting you know, so you.
Thanks. 'Cause I wasn't even paying
Yeah.
attention. I was surfing now. I'm not even looking at the
No, no,
yeah.
you're good. Oh, he's back anyway. Alright.
Yeah, all of a sudden I got booted. I don't know.
Uh-oh. What'd you do?
Don't know.
Look at you go.
Well, especially if you know how to work on the laptops, I mean, refurbished ain't bad, because if it does needs,
I've
something, you can always fix it yourself too.
the trickiest thing about a laptop is figuring out how to open the damn thing up. Once you're in there, then it's a matter of what can you change out. Sometimes you can add memory, sometimes you can't. So I
Well,
guess doing a little bit of homework up front to see what's expandable and what isn't is
Well, it
helpful.
depends too. Some laptops, they'll conveniently have the nice little door for you and you just take one screw out and a bitch pops
Oh, that
out.
is so hard to find now. I mean,
I know.
usually, but
Some of
a lot of them, like my HP, the whole back panel comes off. You can,
Yeah, yeah.
so it does the same thing, Justin. Just not. I know what you're talking about. The little trap doors. They had little trap doors.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
loved
those are
when the
great.
laptops had those because you could pull them out and you could change, sometimes it was a RAM or it might have been a hard drive you could switch out.
Yeah,
It just made it easier. Yeah.
and these are all big. These are all 17s.
My laptop, you have to take the whole bottom off in order to, but it's only like 7 or 8 screws around the edge of it and a couple underneath, and then the whole thing pops off and you got full access to the whole board. It's easy to work on.
On the HP site. I'm not finding there's no love here. No love.
Oh, the ThinkPads. Oh God.
What? That's
I was
Lenovo. That's
just
Lenovo, right? That's
I was
Lenovo.
I was just looking at those though, but they wanted $1,600 for one, and all the newer ones all had integrated graphics in it. I was like, no, not for that price.
That's a problem. And I know that's the problem I'm running into also, where
Can you switch to gallery view? Are we not on gallery? Yeah, we are. We're on gallery view, David. That must be you that's not on the right view. You can change it yourself too.
oh, there's the good old Spectre. I love Spectre, but like, oh, it's a 13.5 now. It's grown. It won't fit my bag probably.
My laptop's not an expensive one. That one's only like 500, 400 or 500. It's got integrated graphics. But I don't really use it.
I'm gonna have to play around. I'm gonna have to do some research. There were some guys that had some good stuff on YouTube to suggest how to it's a survival mode when I'm on vacation, right? I just need to, if I can do it's a small screen, so I can cut down like the proxies to like 25% and still see what I'm doing. I don't need to do color grading on vacation or anything. I just need to get the clips kind of like snipped up and trimmed and where they're
That
supposed
sounds
to
like
be.
you're talking yourself out of getting a new computer.
Trying to. Well, I'd like to get the existing one to work well enough, just to work well enough to do some stuff. Not like it's not the whole project, just to kind of.
Can you upgrade that one at all, or is that all
Is it
integrated?
upgradable?
No, I mean,
Everything's
the only,
soldered on the board?
yeah, like the RAM when I did it at 16 gigs of RAM, because that's you had to choose up front. That's as much as I could get under the hood of the thing from the beginning. And then I can get to the M2. I can change the M2 in there.
But you can't, the integrate, it's,
But the graphics are the graphics, and it's
yeah,
it's a
soldered onto the
Spectre.
board.
Oh, dude, it's a Spectre. It's super thin. There's no way a graphics card's gonna go in that thing ever. So this is how
Yeah,
it
I
is.
think you should just get a new computer.
Dude,
This is the thing, is if it's integrated graphics, there's not much you're gonna be able to do to it to get it to work the way you want it to.
no, you have to take DaVinci or whatever program you're using and minimize its performance so that the laptop can deal with it.
It's gonna get more annoying than I'm telling you, than you're gonna. I have a feeling you're gonna end up wanting to buy a new laptop, because that's gonna get a little bit annoying.
Oh, twist my arm, stop. Of course I want to get a new laptop. I mean, who wouldn't? It's like,
I just wanna shop vicariously through you.
oh, thanks, Justin. I appreciate it. I've done a lot of money spending in the last few months. It's kind of like, that's why I actually walked. I was telling you weren't on. I was walking into the DJI store on Iceland. We went in, and Laura's like, "Don't buy anything." And I was like, "Oh, we'll see." And I got to like look at all the new drones and everything.
Did you see anything that you've never seen before?
No, oh well, they had
Okay.
the robot. What was it the robot thing they had like 3 or 4 years ago? What was that thing called?
Oh, yeah, the little car thing.
And the guy was telling me in the store that you have to special order that now, but they still make it. But yeah, they had the whole drone lineup out, and like it was.
The bad thing about those is they're not any fun unless you have 2 of them.
I know you need friends because it's meant to be like used with like.
And that was the problem with that whole thing is, one, they were super expensive, and it was like, is somebody really gonna go buy 2 of them just to play around in the living room with? It's
Yeah.
like, I think that's why they didn't take off very well.
They
And
had
they
all
have
the
it.
what I thought was interesting in the store. Sorry, I've changed your subject. I changed the subject on you. Yeah. I
No, you're
remember
good.
you needed like I saw a video where there were 4 of them and they were like doing all kinds of stuff, like competing and firing like the foam things at one another and stuff.
Yeah, but it's just, I think the price of them and everything, I think that's one of the reasons why they never took off and the reason why they haven't made another one. I just don't think they did very well. Plus, I've watched some videos on them and they are pretty cool, but not for the price that they are. I don't know. I couldn't justify that.
Yeah. The minute you go gaming, it pushes you into. Well, anyway, so in the store though, I found it interesting. On the wall, they had free well filters, which I thought was kind of
I
interesting.
put it on, I'm on gallery. Are you on gallery view? I'm on gallery view. I don't know what's going on. Is anybody else not seeing us as 3 blocks?
Let me look.
I mean, you're looking at the screen and you see all 3 of us at once, right?
Let me go to YouTube and see what it looks like.
I don't know. 'Cause you're still the host, so
I
I'm not
just
sure.
see you.
Okay, make me host. You know how to do that?
It's just one person at a time. Yeah, it's whoever's talking's on.
Alright, go to participants.
You're asking me?
Yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
see
here we
if I
go.
can change it. Cause
All
on my screen, it looks fine.
right. Participants. Yeah. Yeah. Now what?
Make me host.
Make Justin host.
Cause on my screen, we look fine, so I don't know what the hell it's doing.
You should be host.
Okay, let me see here. Alright. Let me check and see. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. That setting's correct. I don't know why it's on gallery view, cause it's all set to gallery. I
Wait
don't
a
know.
second. Now it's working.
Is it?
Wait. It flips between whenever someone's talking, it spotlights whoever's talking, but otherwise it'll be like in gallery.
Let me do this.
Well, maybe
Gallery.
is it working now?
Let me see here. I don't know, cause I have everything set to gallery. Unless it's just Zoom being stupid. Let me see.
Sam Hayden, how you doing?
Was okay. I'll flip back again. I don't know.
Okay, now it's
Now it
back
is.
to normal. Okay,
Weird.
fine now. I don't know. So what I did is I went in the settings, I switched it to gallery and then, or what, switched it to speaker view. And switched it back, so it must have fixed it. But it was already set to gallery, so I don't know why I did that. Alright, what's up, Sam?
Sam is a computer man.
Sam the
Oh.
computer man.
No, I'm reading the chat. I was trying to figure it out for you guys. Cause on our settings, it was all correct, but. So I just had to put it into another setting and then bring it back again.
Sam,
Yeah,
at some point in time, I'm gonna have you go on my computer with me and try and figure out why certain programs are acting differently than what they did before. I don't know.
Oh god, you need an iMac. Sam, get him an iMac. He needs something more user friendly.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Alienware might be the ticket. Galaxy Book?
The hell's a Galaxy Book?
It sounds old, doesn't it?
Either that or some kind of like souped up Chromebook.
Oh no. Yeah, it's a Chromebook. Remember those things? I forgot about those silly ass things.
Oh,
What
what's
a
funny too is
brick.
go into Walmart and look at the selection of Chromebooks, right? They'll have the cheap little like $150, $200 one. Then you'll look at like a $600 Chromebook and the specs are almost identical.
Whoa, Asus has a Republic of Gamers 13.4-inch. Oh, why does it have to be AMD? I'm just not an AMD guy.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with AMD. Either
I'm
one of
just-
them's gonna do what you need to do.
I am not.
They're
an
neck
AMD
and neck
guy.
for these days, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm just not an AMD guy. Wow, things, dude, a 13.4 with a NVIDIA 3050 under the hood, which is plenty. That's enough graphics card. Four gigs, dedicated video memory.
Exactly, David. So we have to set Paul on parental settings
These
every
things
time
are
it
rad.
reboots goes back to normal.
Really?
Oh
Seems-
yeah, somebody was showing a Republic Gamers laptop. Who was it that was doing a review on one of them? And it was super thin. I just can't remember the name of it.
It's well, it ain't thin. It actually is a full size.
Calling opportune.
Yeah, it's not thin.
Now, Bill's given you a suggestion. If you,
I'm
he said I
looking.
would stay away from Asus Rogue. I had two of them broke within 2 years.
Lori has
Motherboard on both.
interesting because Lori has an Asus ROG. It's a desktop replacement. It's been, I'll knock on wood. It's been okay.
Does she move it around a lot though?
No, it just sits on the desk.
No, see, I'm
can-
wondering if the
maybe it's
motherboards,
mobility. Yeah, maybe bounce it around. Doesn't. hold
yeah,
up
I'm
well.
wondering, or if there's too much play in the casing and it's not strong and it's twisting
Could
the
be.
motherboard.
Yeah, I know I've had issues with Dells where the ports that are soldered on the board that we
I
make
don't
all
know.
your connections, they're really just fragile. And it's always been a weakness with Dell computers for me anyway, that I can manage to break that stuff. So maybe Asus has something going on with that too. But that's always hard. It's hard to make the connections robust enough so that you can plug in USB-C, lightning, and all that kind of crap and have problems. I think it's pretty thin though.
No, and what basically what Chuck's looking for is something that's got, an actual dedicated graphics card,
I think I found one. There's
around 14 inches and kind of thin, not too thick.
13. I found a 13.4. It's convert. This is actually very cool. This one's very cool. I found one. Yeah, this would work.
Sam, you could always come on the panel and you don't have to have a camera on, just voice and talk to the guys.
This will work. This one will work. Except if I could just find it. Oh, if I could just find it with a freaking Intel under the hood, I'd be super happy. I'm going to the Asus website, see what I can find. I like Asus. All my big desktop machines are all Asus motherboards. I guess I'm an Asus fanboy.
What's up, Corey?
Corey, mano.
Mad Props Media on my Dell, the SD card slot does not work. I use an Anchor reader, so not an issue.
Yeah, there's a 14-inch. The minute you put creator in here, it gets all pissy.
I
Video
said,
editing.
if you're spending that kind of money, you might as well get the best CPU you can get to.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're doing it, just do it.
Yeah. That way you don't have to worry about it for another few years,
Right.
It'll do what you need to do for at least another 3-4 years. Back from the cottage, getting the kiddos ready for school tomorrow.
Wow, there's a oldie. What's in this thing?
Yeah, I'll have the kids for 4 days by myself. Sarah was gonna leave Wednesday, but now they're leaving Thursday. And then they'll be back Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. Gotta go out of town for her uncle's funeral. So me and the kids
Apparently-
are gonna stay home by ourselves.
Apparently, they like their AMD stuff in these things. Asus VivoBook Pro 14 OLED M6400 AMD Ryzen 6000 series. It has a 3050. That's a little. Well, that's as low end as you're going to get with a graphics card, but that can still do something.
Dude, I could run DaVinci just fine with the 2060 I got on my PC.
It's got to be the settings, Justin. I should be able to work it out. Gotta mess around with the settings on it to get it to work. I'm gonna have to do some.
What, on your laptop that you have now?
Yeah. I just have to. I think
Oh,
I'm gonna have to
man.
I'll have to do some research and putz around with it to get it to work. Whatever I do to it to make DaVinci work, it can easily handle just a little bit of surfing we're doing. We're looking for like places to go to eat and things like that. You know, research maps on normal
I don't
Chromebook grade
know.
shit.
I
Yeah,
don't know. I think you still need a new laptop.
I'm gonna try to avoid it. The last one I got 5 years out of, which was like ridiculous. But DaVinci is what broke me. DaVinci is what killed it. It got like that one got like this with DaVinci, and I had to like upgrade. Paul's missing a ship. Oh no.
They never stopped him before from leaving.
Jesus.
Wanted Paul leave?
Did he go? I'm
I
gonna
don't-
drop. I'm gonna drop since you're the hostess with the mostest. I'm gonna drop off because the stuff that I couldn't edit yesterday, I finally got it on my big monster stupid i9 and everything with 18 cores and power to spare. It's running like butter on this thing.
Alright.
I'm trying to sync up. I have some stuff from Iceland. That's the most technically complicated part is where I was flying the drone for the video, but I had the Action 3 running for the audio. And now I need to sync up the audio to the video so that I have everything working because it's kind of important. It'll make sense later.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm gonna jump off too. I'm gonna go make some food.
So poor Paul's gonna come back to an empty show.
Oh, he's back.
I'm back.
Are you back? Well, I'm gonna
All
go
right.
back to your screen.
I'm jumping off because I'm gonna go eat some food.
Okay, Chuck, you leaving too?
Yeah, I gotta go. Gotta get-
Okay. Yeah, you look tired.
I'm tired and my addiction is calling too. And then I have to cut the lawn, which I don't want to do, but I gotta do it because it's getting shaggy.
Okay.
Stuff
All
like
right,
that.
everybody in the chat,
Been
thanks
fun.
for being here. I hate to close it down with 17 people watching because they must have got into your tech talk. So,
We were tech talking.
yep.
Alright.
Okay, we'll see all of you again later this evening. Come on
Happy
back.
Labor Day, people.